Hi, this is Sharon with Aaron, and I'm Aaron. We have Kenneth, Michael, Tyler, and Anthony. Today's topic is whether prostitution should be legal or not. Kenneth, what is your take on that?
Oh, I think that one of the reasons you could say that prostitution could benefit people is it might keep the predators off the streets and they'd be paying for something instead.
But what if they didn't want to pay for it? Then they would just be a predator anyways.
And then you just toss them in jail.
Like we do today.
But that's the only reason you think prostitution should be legal?
Well, I don't really think it should be legal, but I mean, if you're going to legalize it, there are benefits.
Do you think it should be legal?
I think we need to get less harlots out in the street. I think girls need to start wearing their chastity belts. We don't need more, unmoral girls walking around. It's just not a good thing.
Send them to church.
Yeah, send them to church.
Gotcha.
Need a little hallelujah in them.
So no, you don't think it should be legal?
Not at all.
Does anyone disagree with that?
I totally think it should be legal. And I think it should be legal because if you're going to go out to a club and meet somebody and have free sex and someone's willing to pay for it, why not get the money?
So is that your take why it should be legal?
I just think if you have any chance to make money, make your money.
Through prostitution?
Through prostitution if you want, yeah.
Okay, Michael?
I don't think it should be legal, but I feel like it is legal already because you can go to a strip club and you're paying for a woman to dance for you or touch you or whatever it is. The only line that we have right now in America is that you can't sleep with them for the money, at least in the front room. But every other service or act is already legal, so I feel like we're essentially there.
You pretty much already have to buy a girl dinner first, have sex with them anyway. So
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
So you're just paying her up front, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yes, that's how I feel. Like, if you're going to spend money on taking someone out, what is the difference between just finding someone in the corner and giving them money to?
But you don't think that people should just do whatever for money and take the money and legalize prostitution?
I mean, if you're going to take the money, you got to tax it.
Yeah, it would have to be taxed.
Yeah.
What would that tax be called?
Prostitution
If it was
tax.
same as like a tobacco and alcohol tax, it would just be a entertainment tax.
There's a couple states that they have it legalized already, right?
Las Vegas, is it
Like just Nevada?
No,
Yeah,
My friend lives in Las Vegas.
I think it's legal in Canada.
And we don't really
Peru,
hear.
it's illegal. That'd be my only thing for it is to say that we already allow everything else to be purchased as an act or a service or a good
Do
today.
you think those other acts and services should be
Should
legalized
be.
though?
I mean, if not, then you're going back to prohibition, and we should essentially say alcohol should be outlawed because it's not good for you. There's if it's a religious thing, it's against most religions to become drunk. So
What would be the age limit if it was legal? Would it be
18.
18?
That's a different topic for next week.
If you buy U.S. standards, I feel like 18 because
So,
tobacco is.
My senior year of high school, I'm going to be slinging
get laid.
prostitutes.
But, I mean, alcohol, you have to be 21.
Yeah.
We didn't say
21.
pimping was legal. We said prostitution was supposed to be legal.
Okay, so you think prostitution should be legal? Do you think being a pimp should be legal?
No, that's my biggest argument of why. That's the only reason I say I don't think it should be legal. Is because I feel like at least in America, and I don't know how it is in other countries where it is legal, we're such a power, money-driven culture that it would lead to a bunch of women being enslaved or men to a pimp or a person that owns them essentially, and then you're in a form of slavery. So I feel like it would have to be almost like an Uber service, like it would have to be independent.
I just don't understand why somebody would want a pimp. If you're the one doing the service, why would you even let me pimp you out?
But if
when,
you have a
it's
pimp, you
your-
get more.
For safety.
You can get your own clientele,
Fine.
I'm pretty sure. You don't need a pimp to help you get a
No,
client.
the pimp gives them drugs, right? Usually?
Those are in the movies.
That's it.
And then I also believe,
Also-
you know how we got legalized in some states? I'm pretty sure the money from that might have helped that state in any kind of debt they might be in or something.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you could just figure out two types of prostitution, it would help. And at this moment in time, I believe the U.S. probably needs help with money. So why not try a different avenue you haven't tried before?
It might maybe actually even help too, because there is documentaries and stuff out there about how there is illegal prostitution already happening in the United States. I know Atlanta's big for it.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is because these girls can't do it legally. They don't know what else to do, or they want drugs, something like that. So they find a pimp. So maybe
Right.
by legalizing it and having where you do it independently, or having a place of establishment where it's professionally run and a business, they wouldn't turn to those those avenues maybe.
And if you
It's already
legalize
happening.
it, there's going to be regulations put on it
Right.
because it's legalized.
Right.
So I mean, there's going to be protocols to get a prostitute.
Where now it's not. It's just black
Yeah.
market, terrible stuff for these women because there's no one for overseeing it.
Right.
So I guess I'm for it.
Has
Let's
y'all
do
changed
it.
your opinion?
I mean, in Detroit, I think they're having problems right now, and instead of focusing on cleaning up the women off the streets, they're now focusing on the offenders. So they, like, if you don't have any offenders, you don't have any prostitution anyway. So it is bad in some places, and those places could benefit maybe from legalized prostitution. It cleans up everything. You figure out who's on the streets. You might even say that prostitution could help in, like, STDs, because at least they're getting tested. I mean, it's safer, but if they're on their own and it's not through a system, then who knows what it's spreading.
Yeah, they're just doing whatever they can to please their pimp or the guy there.
I will say that, like, I do think if prostitution is legal, I think, like, the number of rape could probably go up because you'll have more people out looking for it than you do now because it's illegal. So then if you're drunk and let's say you do want a prostitute, the prostitute turns you down and you already have this kind of thoughts in your head, like you might just rape that poor little girl.
It's a lifetime.
Yeah. So I do think the number of rape victims could probably go up through because of prostitution being legal.
It's going down in other countries though, like South America when they do it, like they're harder on rapists there because, like, why did you rape a woman? You could have gone right down the street and gotten it.
Well, I know, like, I don't really know a lot. I can just go off of, like, the stuff I've seen in other countries and stuff, but, like, sometimes, like, the prostitute will be, like, drugged. You know, so then you're not even knowing if you really are getting raped or not because you're
Right.
caught up in this whole, like, sex scandal trafficking thing.
And then on Craigslist, like, you can say what it's for, like, it's free or something.
The
with
back
a-
pages.
Yeah, but they'll say like a tip recommended or something.
Right, and then
So I mean, it's already
happening.
already on there.
Right.
Escorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
of course.
and not just women. We keep saying women too. So I mean, but it could be men too.
Yeah.
Like there's already male services where men are ordered to go to a bachelorette party or something and dance and potentially get full nude and be groped or touched or whatever the girls are desiring there, and that's a service and they're paying for it. It's just it's not talked about. It's like taboo.
I think if I was down on my money, I'd be a prostitute, just a few bucks.
But you think like even like off court
He's a stripper.
sports or like ones that aren't regulated, those guys could be, high or doing whatever they want to, but ideally they've got drug regulations within sports, so you're doing it within an institution that has rules and regulations, and if you break that, you're fired or you're suspended. So with prostitution for male or female, you would think that would be the case. Like your girl shows up drugged, or you find out she's doing drugs or something, or she accused. Like there's got to be.
That would be hard to monitor though, because if it's like an Uber service, you wouldn't have people
Yeah.
making sure that when they're gone, they're
Yeah, I don't know too
Not.
much about Uber, how that works. Just say like they're drug tests that are like they have to go through background checks or something like that. But I guess you'd have to find the fine line. I mean, is it independent? Because you've got formal taxi services still, and then you've got Uber.
I mean, at first it would be locked down anyway, because like with taxis, like how long did they have just medallions before it became an app? Like there was a huge structure there before, so I'm sure in the beginning of anything, like it's going to be really locked down.
Really regulated.
Yeah, so like marijuana right now, you're seeing that, like you got to be 21. It's not even 18, it's 21.
Yeah, so maybe prostitutes is 21.
But then how would you monitor that like a guy was calling for this service and they weren't going to do something
They
else?
wouldn't call. They wouldn't go to your house. Like they would. You'd have,
You would
to,
have
go
to go
somewhere.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
What's the name of it? It's not. God,
Red
name
light
like.
district?
No, it's like a house full.
Whorehouse?
Not
A
whorehouse.
brothel?
A brothel. There we go. That's
Yeah, and
what.
that's how they used to do it back in the day.
So they'll just come to the brothel.
I could not. I think if I'm gonna get a prostitute, I come to my house. Like I don't want to do nothing on the bed. I don't know nothing about.
Yeah, they can't guarantee that you're gonna,
Not kill them.
or drug them, or.
I mean, Uber can't guarantee the same thing either, right?
That's
But they're
true.
not going in your house.
But they're coming to my house,
Yeah.
and I have to hope that they're not gonna do anything to me coming to
And
my
in
house.
Uber, you're getting in their car. So I mean,
Yeah.
that I don't know where you draw the line because
Yeah.
if you
So-
said like, no, you can't do it at your own house, or no, you're not allowed to go to their house. You have to come here. Then
What about the
Yeah.
cable guy? He just walked in.
Right. yeah,
Mhm.
It's almost like a trusting thing. Like, hey, now understand if you're gonna work here,
'Cause-
you can't do X, Y, and Z.
I believe like when you call like here, like if you call maintenance, like you have to trust that. You're like, yeah, you can come in, no one's here.
Right.
It's the same
There-
thing. Like
there's a lot of
prostitution's the
different-
same job. Like
There's
you
a
have to
different type of
trust.
person that's going to call for cable than that's going to get prostitution.
You just
But you can't
just
just
put it in a
like
category.
you literally have 4 different
Yeah.
type of people with you right now,
Right.
Yeah.
and you don't know. Like we're all normal human beings for the most part.
Yeah.
And we say, I don't know if we've all, but like as a man who's been to a strip club, there's all kinds of different guys at
Yeah.
the strip club. There can be like 80-year-old dude just like wobbling at the
Yeah.
stage,
Mm-hmm.
and then there are like creeps, and then there's just like guys.
Yeah, you have me like
Got
giggling
dragged
every
there.
5 minutes. Like,
I'm sure it'd be the same. It could be anybody at the time who's like, I just really want to have sex. But yeah, you'd have your creeps. I'm sure there'd be issues, but there's that in like every field. Like I work in a corporate industry right now, and there's people who get fired for sexual harassment or do stuff that's inappropriate.
But like, all right, how are they gonna like keep STDs from happening? Because just because a person wears a condom doesn't mean they're not gonna get
Well,
STDs.
They would probably have to like check.
You'd have to do testing.
And see, I just
But so
That'd be a
porn.
long
What's the
process.
difference between prostitution and porn stars?
like I'm doing it myself. No one's helping.
they get tagged.
Well,
They get
Yeah,
taxed,
they get
right? But if you tax prostitutes, it'd be the same, right? Because they're essentially paying to have
but
sex
you
with this
know
girl.
who you're going to be
Yeah,
having sex
That'd be
with.
like 2 prostitutes having sex, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Like,
I view porn like how
Nah,
I view like reality TV.
Yeah,
Like I don't view prostitution as reality TV.
right.
Like those are people and they're paid
It's a little more like acting.
for the
right.
camera. Yeah,
Yeah.
like act. Well,
And
yeah,
you
they
know
are
ahead
acting too.
like who you're going to be shooting the scene with
Yeah.
and
Like,
Like
you
they
should do that.
who you're
audition
doing that stuff with.
for their stuff. I don't know. It's possibly you're just getting interviewed.
It's
Tinder
it's
ad.
almost
I don't
just
know
like
how much a
calling the
porn
Domino's
audition
guy.
goes,
Like,
but
Yeah, like,
End up Tinder.
you could do it like Tinder though, where like you have to like order, like you have a selection, like yeah, I want that girl. So you know what's showing up, or yeah, I want that guy. I'm just kidding.
That's as free as it gets right there.
5, 10, bro.
Yeah, so I mean that's what it wouldn't have to be like random, like oh I hope
And
she's
then-
pretty.
I know, like when it comes to like STDs and stuff, like you can go to jail for not telling a person.
Right, yeah, that's a crime.
So I mean,
Redheaded Thursday.
I'm pretty sure the
deals with that.
prostitute would. I would assume if they're not having protected sex, you would go in and get tested. Hopefully after that
they,
person.
wherever they
to
worked, or they
know.
would have to check
Yeah.
regularly.
Right. Yeah, I would assume you would try to do some kind of like mandatory
So I guess if you're
sex,
prostitute, you want
like
health
a condom,
insurance.
like you wearing a condom or you were signing a waiver.
No, I think you have to wear a condom no matter what.
That's what, yeah, you would.
There's just no.
There's
You
no
would have
option.
to say you're going to wear a condom.
Well, I guess yeah, that would happen too.
And then you get the situation where you got guys or women who are like, no, I don't want to wear a condom. This is
I mean-
bull. Blah, 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 blah.
Condoms aren't even like super effective against STDs.
Tell Trojan that.
But for real though, like
It's
one
okay.
causing, I know it's a personal story, you know, but like say someone has like AIDS or something like that, the condom breaks.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
you're
condom breaks. Like,
you're screwed.
You sue Durex.
Oh,
It says on there like does not guarantee risk.
I mean you got a lot of money, but then you got AIDS also, so
But you still wore the condom.
But you're risking that anytime you have sex with
Yeah,
any
that's
random
true.
person.
That could
you
be like
meet
on the
bar.
water.
That would be,
Yeah.
yeah, you would have to like sign a waiver and say the risk you're taking even if
Right,
you're
it's your
wearing a condom.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Right. You've got more chance there of being protected though because you signed a waiver. So then if you get it, or I don't know,
I'm not
say just
worried.
meeting a girl at a bar, or a guy at a bar. Because then if you get it, what are you gonna do?
See, I'm worried. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about the person paying for sex. I'm worried about the girls that are doing it and doing it with guys that have that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
a prostitute
Yeah.
now is already having that
Then
struggle.
they could probably
like
get
already
it.
having to question it. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean there
But
have
the
to
porn
be.
stars are already having
Yeah, I'm sure
those
that's
problems
struggles.
because they're all having sex with people outside of the
well,
industry.
I know
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
they are supposed to like constantly get tested. I don't know if you get tested before every,
scene.
not every scene. I think they try to make you do. Not that I know a lot about this, but they try to make you do like more than one scene in one day. So I think like every video or thing you're trying to do,
Yeah,
they try to get you tested and keep it up to date.
yeah. You think you do it like
So,
very frequently,
yeah.
like, no matter how many scenes you're doing. I mean, yeah, that's a risk you're taking all the time.
Well, it's like intervention, like talking to me about me buying a prostitute. Like, y'all
Just
tell
trying
me
to
the
talk
pros and
you into
cons.
it, yeah. Just try it, man.
Just do it.